Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is your average car guy, and today's video is how to fix the engine idle RPM issue or rough idle in your car with simple, easy and cost-effective steps with just basic hand tools. This way you can work on your car, understand basics about how your car works, fix the problems and save you from spending your hard-earned money in dealerships' repair costs. Dealerships always try to sell you more products and services than you actually need, and learning to fix minor issues in your car can help you save money. Money saved is money earned. For demonstration purposes, I am going to use my 2014 Honda Jazz, which has a similar rough idle issue. So, before we start rectifying the problems, we need to understand basics like what is the correct idle RPM for your engine? What is rough idle? What are the problems that can arise from a rough idling engine? What are the potential causes of engine rough idling? How to fix rough idle RPM? So let's begin with the first one. What is the correct idle RPM for your engine? Engine RPM means the number of revolutions of the crankshaft per minute. This is indicated on the tachometer gauge. The ideal engine RPM for most cars is around 800 revolutions per minute. This can vary based on different car models and engine capacity. To know your correct engine idle RPM, check your owner's manual. What is rough idle? A rough idle is when the engine RPM is unstable, fluctuates, is rough, and lower or higher than ideal engine RPM. What are the problems that can arise from rough idling engine? Many problems can arise from engine rough idle, such as poor performance, reduced fuel economy, and even major engine issues if it is ignored for too long. Do check out my other video on 7 basic ways you can improve the lifespan of your car. What are the potential causes of engine rough idling? An internal combustion petrol engine needs 4 main elements to operate: fuel, air, spark, and compression. Problems in any of these can cause an engine to rough idle. But today we are going to focus on the most common reasons for engine rough idling. Clogged engine air filter, dirty mass air sensor, dirty throttle body, clogged fuel injectors. How to fix rough idle RPM. So here is a video of me showing you how to fix it. First step, we will open the air filter box and pull out air filter. We will check the condition of the air filter and clean it if necessary. In my case, the air filter has been recently replaced and is in brand new condition. Next, we will disconnect the negative terminal of the battery. Always make sure to disconnect the negative terminal of the battery when you are operating on any electricals. In this case, we will be disconnecting the mass airflow sensor. So we are disconnecting wiring harness, and we are going to remove these 2 screws and pull out the mass airflow sensor. We're going to use a Phillips head screwdriver to unscrew both these screws, and that will help us remove the mass airflow sensor from the airbox. So this is a very sensitive part. So this mass airflow sensor is an electronic sensor, and its job is to sense the mass of air that is going into the engine, and the engine ECU will use this reading to calibrate how much fuel it needs to send into the engine. So this is a very important sensor. So we will clean this with carb spray. Ideally you would clean this with a MAF spray, which is a mass airflow sensor cleaner spray, but I don't have that, so I'm using a carb spray, which should do fine. The basic concept is the same. It evaporates quickly. So once you spray this, please don't touch it. It's a very sensitive unit. Just spray it and keep it aside to dry. Now we will take out the airbox, we'll remove the air filter so we can get access to the throttle body, which will be the next step in our process. I'm opening the two housing bolts which holds the air filter housing. These are two 10 mm bolts that I'm opening, as you can see here. And this should be rather straightforward. These bolts, you should have easy access to both of these bolts, and once you have removed them, we will proceed to the next step. Now I'm using a 5.5 millimeter socket to open the clamp which holds the throttle body air intake hose. Loosening this will help me pull out the air filter housing. I'm wiggling it, as you can see. The vacuum hose has popped out from the air filter housing. Our next step will be to disconnect and remove our battery. So I will be removing the battery now, disconnecting the positive terminal and the brackets which hold the battery in place. I'm using a 10 millimeter socket. Should be rather straightforward. Once you disconnect the positive terminal, remove the brackets, and that should help you. That should make it easy to just pull out the battery. It should be pretty straightforward. Here I'm using a 10 millimeter socket to just undo the nut which holds the bracket in place. Once that is done, it should be easy to just pull out the battery, as you can see here. And we're done. Pull out the battery case. And that frees up our space to remove our air filter housing. And that's how you can remove the air filter housing. Now this is our throttle body with the butterfly valve, and you can see it has 4 bolts. We are going to undo these 4 bolts that hold the throttle body in place. This is an electronic throttle body, and you can use a 10 millimeter socket to undo these bolts. Once you undo these bolts and disconnect the vacuum hoses, you can pull out your throttle body, and it looks something like this. We are going to do our best to clean this with carb spray. Once you've cleaned the throttle body, we will put it back and fix 4 12 millimeter bolts and the vacuum hoses. Once we are done with that, we will refit the air filter housing, connect the vacuum hose, tighten the 5.5 millimeters clamp bolt which holds the air intake hose onto the throttle body. Once with that, give it a good tug. Now we will put the 2 10 millimeter housing bolts in place. It's rather straightforward. Once we put both down, we will tighten it just enough, not too much. Make sure you don't over torque this because these are plastic components and they can break. I'm just using a long head screwdriver to tighten it. Now we put in the air filter. Put in the air filter, make sure it is clean and in the right direction. Once you do that, you can fix the air filter cover. I took the liberty of fixing the mass airflow sensor back while the cover was disconnected. You can do it later. Put on the 4 clamps which hold the air filter in place, and in most vehicles this is going to be easy. Now we clip on mass airflow sensor coupling and put the wire in place. Next we will put the battery in. First we will install the battery case, and next the battery goes in. Make sure that you have the terminality of the battery correct. Another top tip, put some petroleum jelly on the terminals. This will help with avoiding moisture and sulfation on the battery. Always connect the positive terminal first, and the last thing we do will be connecting negative terminal. So fix positive terminal, and finally go ahead and connect the negative terminal. So that's it, folks. Those are the basic steps you can follow to fix the engine idle RPM issue in your car with basic hand tools, some elbow grease, and save a lot of money. Trust me, the satisfaction you get from fixing your own car is an even better motivator than money. If you found this video useful in any way, please show some love in the form of likes, comments, shares, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon to not miss any future videos. Cheers, drive safe, and spread the love.